Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, Wholesale to Million. My name is Khang. Today I'm going to answer one of the questions that our subscriber have asked, and that is, well Khang, what if I can't find a buyer for my wholesale deal? What's going to happen? And you guys, earlier I upload a live stream YouTube video, and then I accidentally deleted it. And now I'm in the process of trying to recover it, okay? So I apologize for that, but that video will be back up again. I just accidentally deleted it. I don't know how I did it, but anyways, so you guys, the answer to that question is you got two choices, okay? So let's just say you got the property tied up on a contract and you send it out and you got no buyer and your time now is up and you have no buyer. What's going to happen? So now you either go back and renegotiate with the seller. Okay, you can go back and renegotiate with the seller to extend out the closing date, which means to get more time on it. So that way you can, so that way you can keep on trying to market the property and trying to find a buyer for it. Okay, you guys? And you can go back and tell the seller, hey, you know what? We needed more time to do research. We're so busy. We couldn't get our contractor and things to go out there to view and check out the property, to look at it. So we needed some extra time, if that's going to be okay with you, okay? So you can go back and ask for more time. Or you can now either, cancel the contract. So basically, the key thing is you want to make sure that when you have, having your purchase and sale agreement between you and the seller, you want to make sure you have a contingent or a clause in there that gives you a way out, okay? What I mean by that is, typically you can put in there, buyer, partner, inspection, approval. Something along that line. There's many other things that you can put on there. But that's something that you can put in there is buyer, partner, inspection, approval, which means you need a approval from your partner to move forward to close on this deal. That partner can be your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your girlfriend, your wife, your pets, your dog, whatever it is, okay? But that contingent clause gives you a way out in case you can't find a buyer for it. And now you have a decision to make. If you can't find a buyer and your time is up, basically in the purchase and sale agreement, at least in ours, it gives us all the way up to the closing date to back out of the deal and still get our earnest money back, okay? Or you can just forfeit the earnest money, which means it's the deposit, and that deposit, that earnest money, it can be in any amount. It can be $10, $100, whatever that you told the seller or whatever is on the agreement, okay? And so you can forfeit, so you can tell the seller, hey, you know what, we couldn't find a buyer, no. You tell the seller, hey, I'm sorry that we couldn't move forward with it, we got some other stuff going on right now, maybe we got, tell them, hey, we got some other projects that came up and we couldn't move forward on this, or one of our partners didn't like it, or something like that, okay? And then you can tell them, so in this situation, we have to cancel the deal, and then you just you just forfeit the earnest money over to the seller and compensate that you couldn't move forward and execute, okay? And that's a choice. That's only if you want to do that, to make sure that you keep your reputation, and to also too is to keep the sellers happy, and also to not to keep your reputation good, okay? But in our contract, it allows us to back out of the deal, and then we can also get our earnest money back. Okay, we can also get our earnest money back, whatever we deposited. So it's really up to you guys. We have done deals where, because of the rehab cost that the seller told us, it was way too much. Okay, so when we went out there, we sent someone out there, and the cost was way too much. So there's no buyer for it because the price is too high. And when we came back to renegotiate with the seller wouldn't lower the price to make it work for everyone. So we have to end up canceling the contract. And then we get our earnest money back, because the repair cost from what the seller has told us is way more than what it is when we send our buyer to go out there to do the inspection on the property, okay? But in some cases, where we got the deal, we thought it was a good price, we sent out to the buyer, but for some reason none of them bites, and we just couldn't get buyers to go out there and to bite on the property. And even if they, one case where we had a buyer that bites on it, that said, hey, we're ready to move forward, but when it gets to the closing, But when it's time to move forward to execute on the deal, the buyer got cold feet and didn't want to move forward. So we just told the seller, hey, you know what? Just keep the earnest money because one of our partner got cold feet on this and they're not willing to move forward with it, and our time is running out. And we asked the seller, and the seller wouldn't, extend out the time further, so we can, try to market and find more buyer for the property. They just want the deal done or not. Then we, just to keep everybody happy and to keep our reputation, we just told the seller, go ahead and keep the earnest money, and we're just going to cancel this this deal. All right, you guys. So in your contract, it should protect you, give you a contingent and a clause to get out of the deal in case you can't find a buyer for it. And it is up to you when you come back and ask for the seller to extend the date out. If the seller say no, then it's really up to you if you just want to, forfeit, gift that seller that earnest money deposit, or you know what, you just come up with some kind of an excuse and then just tell them, hey, you know what, the repair cost or whatever it is too much, so we're going to cancel the deal, and then but that earnest money is going to come back to us because that's what it's stated in the purchase and sale agreement. All right, you guys, so that's really up to you guys. And it's your choice whatever that you wanted to do, because every situation is a little bit different. Sometimes it is really the seller's fault where they told us the repair cost and it's way more. So, there's no reason why we would give them the earnest money when they told us the repair, it was only cosmetic repair. And when we came out there, it's more like a complete rehab. Okay, you guys? But sometime in cases where, we got the property tied up and then we thought it was a good deal and we tried to market it and we couldn't find any buyer for it. So maybe in that case, it's to have a good reputation where we just give the seller the earnest money and let them know that, hey, you know what, we had some other project that came up, so our partner wouldn't want to move on this deal. So we just forfeit so we just give them the earnest money for the time that we have taken. All right, you guys, so it's really up to you, but that contract should protect you and give you a way out, and that way you don't have to force into buying the property. Because when I first started wholesaling, that was kind of one of my concern was, well, what if I can't find a buyer? Do I have to move forward to buy this property, and what's going to happen? Is the seller going to sue me? What is going to happen, right? So what I want to tell you is that the worst case is you will just give the seller that earnest money just to make them happy. Hi, you guys. Sorry for the cutout. I got an incoming call. But anyways, you guys, so it's really that once you have that contingent and that clause in there, it should protect you and give you a way out. And it is up to you whether, if you can't renegotiate and get a longer time period to try to sell that property, then you can cancel the agreement, give the seller the earnest money deposit that you told them, or you can, if it's their fault, then, you can get that earnest money back. Hope that helps you guys out. Hope that helps answer your question and clear things up, so that way you can remove that fear and go out there and start doing it and making deals and start making things happen. All right, you guys. For those of you who haven't subscribed to my channel and who's interested in learning about wholesaling houses, where you don't need to buy the property, you don't need to fix the property up, and you don't need any kind of realtor license or license to start, hit that subscribe button. Let me share and teach you how to do it. And I'm also choose you guys, for those of you who have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing and have been a blessing in my life. And if you like this video or any other video, smash that thumbs up. Don't be shy. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you need help with, and what kind of other questions or anything that you have to say. Drop me a comment and let me know, you guys. I would love to read it. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Take care, you guys. So I just want to share him to share his experience, how it was working with us and the whole process. That's all.
It was very quick, very precise. This is the first time we met. We did all this on the phone, and any questions I had, he answered, and it was very professional, very direct. It really was. So I thought it'd be long, complicated. It wasn't at all. So I'm very pleased.
Great. And then also to Joel, when we chat with you, we said that we took care of all your closing costs, everything, all the excise tax, the transfer tax, the title insurance, all the closing costs. Did we do that?
Yep, everything you said you would do, you did. Everything.
Great. And then we also mentioned that we buy the property as is. You didn't have to clean it. You didn't have to go back and clean it. How was that?
That was great. The yard was a mess, and we did empty it out before we sold it. But we left 2 beds and a couple televisions inside, and a lot of yard work to do outside.
Overall, was it a great experience?
Yes, it truly was.
Awesome. That's it, you guys. Joel, thank you so much for that. You guys have a good one. And Joel, thanks a lot for taking time and come out to meet up with me to do this really quick. Thanks a lot, you guys. Bye.